Libras, hi, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. I am here to do a general timeless reading for my Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node signs. Libras, I am recording this during Libra season, so happy birthday to you, Libras. Whenever it finds you, happy birthday to you. I hope you are doing wonderfully. If you would like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. Thank you to everyone who's been booking personal readings with me. I really appreciate it. And then if you would like to join the community on Patreon, we would love to have you over there. Link for that is also in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. So Libra, when I was meditating before your reading, you might have like an experience where you like read something or see something, maybe like a short film. I don't know, that's very specific, but like some sort of short film or a piece of art or something that really like you have a very like visceral emotional response to. It felt like a weeping or a shedding just from the sheer beauty of the emotion that was expressed to you through something. But that's all. It's when and if that happens to you, for you, it's a heart chakra activation. And yeah, in general too, you might find yourself like a lot like more prone to tears. Your pineal gland is being like cleansed, decalcified at this time. It's like this is a preparation and an activation for something that's yet to come, is what I'm getting here. Okay, so let's get into this reading. Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. The Well Maidens. Kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. And then you have beneath the surface, what's really driving you, true motives, breaking free. Yeah, I think that like some like you might just like be like peeling away layers to the truth and to like sort of like previously unrealized truths, or an essential part of your being that you have not had access to in a while, if ever. And as that comes in, like it's like new skin, or like it's highly sensitive. I just feel like you're highly sensitive at this time. But that goes like, you're feeling everything really deeply, which is bringing you into that compassionate energy. And I think also into this spirit of gratitude and awe and wonder at everything that's been created for us. Like, it doesn't even have to be a short film or like a piece of artwork. It could be like you saw like a tree that blew your mind. That happens to me all the time, so I get it. But it's like, it's stuff like that could be going on for you, Libra. That I'm telling you, this is like a heart chakra activation, and every time you feel moved to tears, it's clearing that third eye. It's allowing you. It's allowing you to see beyond beyond what's just in front of you. It's allowing you to see a bigger picture, have more perspective. Oh, you have a flipper in there. Ooh. Ooh. Hang on. Okay. You have, this is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Wands. 9-9. Yeah, you're coming to the end of, like, the reason that this activation has to happen is because you're coming to the end of some sort of cycle of stress. Like, you're finally cutting something out. You're finally cutting something or someone out that's caused you a lot of stress, a lot of heartache, a lot of grief. It's like been a struggle to get to it, right? It's been a struggle to get to it, get through it, get to this point where you're ready to cut something out here. To this point where you remember who you are. Ace of Cups. The Tower. Wow. The Tower. Okay, and then what's this one? The Five of Wands. Yeah, you're cutting out, this is like cutting out conflict, cutting out, like, finally removing yourself from some sort of like drama. There could, and that opens you up to something that's so beautiful. This offering of universal love, cosmic love, self-love. This is an act of self-love. Finally, like, cutting away from something that has been causing you a lot of stress and anxiety, or even like cutting the memory of something, especially if you've been like holding on to some sort of like physical object, or like, I don't know, like staying tangentially involved in some sort of drama or something. Like, it's like you're gonna wish you hadn't been doing that, or like, even if it's like holding on to some sort of hope or something, you're gonna wish you hadn't been doing that. But it feels like you're coming to a point where you're like, nah, I'm not going, I won't be doing that anymore, says Libra. Leo energy is out here. Aries, Scorpio. This has to do like with, could be like a relationship that possibly is not ending. It's like ending kind of rough, maybe. Yeah, it feels like it's ending kind of rough. But it also feels like it's possibly gone on for too long. Look at this. Look at our hand on our third eye. It's the activation. It's the heart chakra activation, right? This is what's happening. You're being freed up for the heart chakra activate. Like, you're being freed up for what comes after that heart chakra gets activated. You have enough, like, something kind of like triggers this emotional response that says like, oh no, I can't sit here anymore. I don't know if you see what do you see? King of Wands. So you could see somebody that it could be somebody that inspires you. Like, you see, like, I don't know, you see somebody doing something like in a way that you're like, dang, I wish I could be doing that, but because I'm tied to this other situation, that I can't do that anymore because I'm tied to some sort of like conflict or resistance. Can't do it anymore. And then maybe all of a sudden you're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. You might see something that you're like, something that like sparks some passion. Like, you might be in a situation that's been leaving you cold. It's very austere. Like, it feels very austere. And also, like, perhaps like you couldn't really be your full self. This was bound to topple over because it was like there was always some sort of mask that was on, right? It's like you can't prep the role forever. You can't prep the role forever, and you can't prep the role forever because it starts unraveling after a while, and then the conflicts start to come into play. Like, especially if it's like constantly compromising to your detriment. What else for Libra? Ooh. Wow. You have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's a lot of new opportunity on the other side of this. There really is. It does feel a little bit, though, like it feels like there's something to be like missed here, you know, like it's not like it's like throw that shit out the window and like keep it moving. It's kind of like there's some sort of like there's something that feels valuable here, right? But not salvageable. Like, that's the thing. I think there's a contemplation as to whether something is salvageable, and it really, it's not. You have the Seven of Swords here. It feels just like too much has been said. It could have been harsh. It could have been dishonest. There could have been a lot of like sneakiness and manipulation. Could have also been like some sort of like emotional manipulation, or like holding back of emotion here. Yeah, the Moon with the King of Cups. Like trying to confuse a situation, like by like, I don't know. It just feels like trying to create indecision or like create confusion so there could be no movement in a situation. I don't know. It just stalling here, holding back purposefully. It just feels very manipulative. And it feels like you see something or hear something or read something that really resonates, that like shifts you out of this energy, and it's like, oh, whoa, no, I need to go in a new direction. Like you're inspired in a new direction. With a Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Listen, it's like a new, you're operating on by a new code. There's a new code. It's a new code. Yeah. You're separating, like finally separating from something that's been, there hasn't been any clarity, and it's been very disappointing, very hurtful. It's caused a lot of conflict because of the lack of clarity, or like, I don't know. It just kind of feels wobbly. Constantly and consistently wobbly. But it's ending now, because the mask had to come off. Yeah, it was wobbly. Six of Swords. It was chaos, but you're moving away from chaos. You're moving away from chaos. You finally are like understanding what's really driving you. Understanding what's really driving you, and you're breaking free. Mm-hmm. Realizing that you have options. Seven of Cups. Breaking free from the illusion. Taking care of yourself. Doing the thing that you know you need to do to take care of yourself here. You could have headaches right now. You have a lot of headaches. Yeah, you're taking care of yourself. Standing on your own authority. New code. Yeah, you could have headaches. You need to like steam, like a steam room or a steam bath or something like that. And also something about like licorice root tea. I don't know who that's for, who likes that or who needs to drink that. Something about licorice root tea. Anything else for Libra? Wow, 3 aces we've seen. The ace, now you have the Ace of Wands. New opportunity. Like, you're no longer gonna like try to negotiate with this situation or change the situation or expect the situation to change. It's like you would be, at this point, you would be playing yourself. Because the confusion isn't really confusing anymore. It's very clear. It's very clear what's going on here in this situation. It's very clear, like, what's the house, like, what someone's MO is. And part of that MO is to, like, keep you in, like, this energy of like tumult and chaos, and like whatever you saw or whoever spoke or whatever you read that said, oh snap, and you saw yourself in it, or it gave you courage, it like, you know, like, I don't know, pumped you up, and you're like, nah, I gotta get out, you're getting out. Moving on. Yeah, moving on to balance. Oops, excuse me, I broke one of my nails. Moving on to balance, it will grow back. Moving on to balance, inner peace. Like, just taking the lesson here and like making the most of what's to come, okay? Yeah. High Priestess. New code. Your own code. Standing on your own inner knowing. You can't rely on this situation. It's not going to stabilize. You're not going to be able to stabilize it. That's for somebody. Let's get a shaman's dream to wrap it up here. A shaman's dream to wrap this up for my Libras, please. One card, please. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Yeah. It's your inner guidance. Your inner guidance. The way the universe is speaking to you and through you is propelling you forward. You also might be expectorating a lot of like phlegm or mucus. You might want to try a mucus-free diet for a little while. I don't know. Something about needing to like steam out, like congestion. Thank you. There's been a lot of congestion. All this was in the way of you, like, because you need to have this activation in order to get into alignment with what the universe has to put in your hand. Okay. It says, something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage it? Perhaps you might have seen things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter the source of your understanding. What matters is what works for you. For example, if you believe in a punitive God, you will always be afraid of punishment for your transgressions. If you believe in a version of a higher power that blesses you, you may find it easier to surrender to a relationship of radical trust. Right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? If you can then, can you then turn over your needs to the desires to the divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? Grace is activated in your life right now. Activation, heart chakra activation, I promise. You're in good hands. Your work, your family, relationships, home, everything. You've done all you can. So now is the time to rest and recharge instead of producing, doing, acting, and strategizing. A hot tea, a good book, and a soft blanket are in order. Okay? Well, that's what I said. I really hope that resonated with some of y'all out there. And don't forget to join us over on Patreon. Link in the description box to book a reading as well. And if this is where we leave things, please know that I am sending you so much love, so much peace, so many blessings. Bye.